Hi everyone, well welcome to another video. I've got the Ranger out of the shed because today is the day that I'm going to start the build for the electrical system. Well, that's not quite right. I actually started it a week or more ago by getting the new cover put on the back of the Ranger. What I might do is go through this first, show you this and tell you all about it, and then we'll go into the shed and we'll talk about the actual electrical build. As you know, I'm putting in the Li-Time 230 amp hour lithium battery. Thanks to everyone for checking out that video. Li-Time has been a great sponsor of my channel and I want to thank them for helping me out with this electrical build. I know a few of you have got on there and checked out their batteries. Don't forget about my 7% discount code that you can save money on with Easter coming up. Or if it's already over by the time this video comes out. I hope you've used it. You can save a few dollars. So let's have a look at what I've done with the back of the Ranger so far. So there you go there. I've actually put on the EGR Roller track. Now I seen this on Ty Fendwick's channel. As you know, he's got a Raptor and he's put this exact same one on his Raptor, and I messaged him and had a bit of a talk to him over Messenger, and he advised me, I was thinking of putting the manual one on, and he said, really, if you can afford it for the extra dollars, I think it was about $600 more, go for the electric one, because they take up exactly the same amount of room in the front of the tub. So if you are putting one of these on, some of the new Ranger or Raptors and that Rangers Wild Tracks and that come out now, they do have a cover on them. Some of them manual. I think you can upgrade to electric ones, but they are a Ford, or I think they're a Ford manufactured one. This one here is made by EGR, and I'll tell you what, it is pretty smart looking. I love the black color. It has got options on here to put on a rack if you want to. So say you want to put a couple of crossbars across there, mount a solar panel, you know, something else. If you want to tie a swag up on there or something, that's what you're going to do. But why didn't I put a canopy on? A couple of reasons. This is a towing rig for the caravan. I'm not intending to camp out of the back of the Ranger. It's basically just for throwing a few extra things in the back. I'll show you opening it up. So there you go there. You can open this with these buttons on the back here, or you can use your remote, your standard remote that comes with your four-wheel drive. But like I was saying, we're only going to use this area here as a bit of extra storage area so that I can throw stuff in like wood, chairs. I'll possibly put another fridge in here, and my electrical system, which I'll show you, I might show you on a separate video where all that's going. This one today will just be telling you what I'm getting prepared for to do the electrical system. So like I said, if you wanted to put bars across here, you could put your racks across there. I'm only going to be using this as a tow rig. Everything I want to store we've got in the Crusader caravan over here. So this is basically just a top-up thing. That's why I'm not putting a full-on canopy on it. I know me mate, old Rob Richmond, he's been saying to me, oh, you should put a canopy on, you should put a canopy on. I said, I actually made a joke with him when I first bought the car. I said, I'm not going to do any modifications. And he said, oh, well, you put this on, it's a modification. I said, no, it's not a modification, it's just an accessory to the back of the car. A modification is when you actually change something that's on the car to change the way that it originally was designed to do. So say I took off the front bumper bar and put on a bull bar, that is a modification because I've got to pull all this off to put a bull bar on. Am I going to put a bull bar on? Not at the moment. I had a bull bar and a winch on the FJ, and that was because originally it was a more off-road four-wheel drive, and I figured I needed a winch on there. And the bull bar, I thought, yeah, I'm going to need that for protection. Touch wood, I'm touching my head right now. Never hit anything the whole time I had the FJ. I had a couple of roos jump out in front of me, but never hit them. And I don't want to add the extra weight to the vehicle, guys. I want to keep this vehicle as light as possible so that I can save on fuel, and if I keep my insurance up, if I happen to hit something major, it's either going to write the car off, or 9 times out of 10 these days, guys, if you hit something and it deploys the airbags, your car's written off anyway. So I can't see the sense really in putting the bull bar on it. So I'll probably eventually, when the shocks and all that need replacing, I'll put new shocks in and that. But that's about it. I'm not going to put a canopy in because I'm not intending to put sets of drawers in here. So if you put drawers in here, then it's good to have a canopy on the top so that you can throw extra stuff up here from what you lose when you take up this space down here. Like I said, my electrical system is going to go in the front there. I'll just show you up the front there. So you can see where the roller is there. It's taking up about, I don't know, maybe 250, 300 mil in the front of the tub there. My electrical system is going to go all underneath that. So I'm still going to have all this room in the back of the tub for what I want to put in here. So let me quickly do a measurement. I've got a tape measure in my hand. I'll see if I can hold the camera and do this at the same time. Sorry if the camera is jiggling around there. So I'll hold that tape measure roughly down the front there, and it's still nearly 1200 long. So so the tub itself is 1400. At the front of that there, let's say 1100. So I'm losing 300 millimeters out of the tub. That's bugger all, guys. So that's where my electrical system is going to go. And I'll probably have a little switchboard up the back here somewhere where I can plug in, you know, 12 volt stuff, USBs, Anderson plugs, all that sort of thing. I will show you what I intend to put in there. There's something I can buy online. I may just put the temporary one in at the moment, which will be that kick-ass one that I run in the FJ there. But that is my EGR roller shutter. Like I said, you can open and close it with your remote. It has little built-in water catchment things here, so any water that runs down through this track here, runs down into here, runs out these here and flows down to the ground. There's 2 more up the front there. What have I done to waterproof it? Now, I had it put on the other day, and listening to Ty Fendwick, there is a couple of leaking spots which he had to fix up too. If you want to check out his video, he'll tell you all about them. But these on this particular model here, and I think they have these little things here that lift out so you can put racks across there if you're using it as a work vehicle. These just clip out, so I siliconed those up with a black silicone. Done this one up here. Now I've already mounted my Selfie Go aerial up on here, run the cord down through a little grommet that I drilled out in there, and I've sealed all that as well. Now the other part where it was leaking is this little rubber just here. So what I've done is prized all that back, and I've run silicone all the way along that rubber thing there to stop any water leaking through there. Down the front, up underneath the front of the canopy here, there is some holes behind the back of the canopy here. I've covered those up as best I can. As far as I can see, it stopped all the leaks, and should be pretty good for keeping reasonably watertight. You're not going to stop all of it, but I reckon I've stopped about 98 or 99% of the water. You can open these manually if you want to. Say something happens, you just pull that little thing out there and you can pull the shutter back if you want. It does come with its own light, but the Ford factory lights are still up under there as well. But there is the option to turn a light on there as well. So you've got 4 water points where it runs water away. Very well designed, very well made, and easy to close up. So that is the EGR electric canopy. You can get these in a manual one, like I said, but why not? You just got to give that a good slam. Why not get the electrical one? So that might do it for the EGR Electric cover for my tub. If you've got any questions, queries or comments, please leave them down below. I'll get back to you. Really happy with this product. My next video on my build series will be actually setting up to put in the electrical system. I've got some stuff here, I'll quickly show you. I've got to pull this apart. I've got some carpet here. I've got a bit of marine ply. So stay tuned for my next video and I will show you how I fit this big thing here into that little gap in the front of the Ranger. I know there's a few people doubting that, but I guarantee you it can be done because I know what components are in that little box there. I built it, so with the help from Phil Damiano from Phil's Camping Reviews. So cheers guys, stay safe, look after each other, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, let's get into it. Stop recording.